I just need those answers, and I don't want this to happen to any other family.
A grieving family now taking action after their son died during a PE class at school. Why they're now filing a lawsuit, and the changes they say have to be made.
It's inevitable that it's to the north of us, it's to the south of us. These things are like gnats.
A potentially devastating citrus pest spreading across Kern County. What county officials are now doing to save the agriculture industry from disaster.
We like to say that we learn from our experiences, and that's what we've done.
Lessons learned. Kern County has been through several major incidents in recent years, from a school shooting to a massive manhunt for a murder suspect. The changes they're making now to improve their response in the future.
Live in high definition from KBAK TV in Bakersfield, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rochelle Murcia.
And I'm Dave Gonzalez. Bakersfield police now say that a man found earlier this week on fire has died.
And the woman being charged for his murder appeared in court this afternoon. Eyewitness News reporter Mimi Alcala was in the courtroom and joins us now with the very latest. Mimi?
Rochelle, Dave, Kelly Renee Garcia is charged with the murder and the death of 54-year-old Richard Joaquin Sanchez. While being arraigned in court this afternoon, Garcia had several outbursts and interrupted her public defender, saying she wants to represent herself. The judge stopped Garcia and went on with the others being arraigned. He went back to her at the end after briefly meeting with the public defender. He then suspended the proceedings and ordered Garcia to see a doctor to determine if she was mentally capable to represent herself and to stand trial. Again, Garcia made outbursts throughout her court appearance, some of which didn't make any sense.
Your Honor, I waive that right to have an attorney present. I would like to go pro se, and I would like to proceed with the proceedings within the jurisdicted time, the 3 days, and the pre-prelim, and the pre-trial, and the trial within 30 days. Your Honor, what are the charges?
You're charged with murder.
Who did I murder?
The relationship between Sanchez and Garcia has not yet been determined. We spoke to the wife and the family of the victim outside of the courtroom, and they tell us Garcia is a complete stranger to them. She's due back in court on December 14th. We'll keep you updated with future developments. Reporting in studio, Mimi Alcala, Eyewitness News. Rochelle, back to you.
Mimi, thank you. The family of a 13-year-old boy who collapsed during his Delano gym class is now suing the school district. Eyewitness News reporter Adam Hurwitz spoke to his parents and joins us now with reaction. Adam?
Rochelle, the family says there are a lot of things that went wrong that day, and ever since they've been left to wonder if their son could still be alive today. One of the reasons they're filing a lawsuit is because they say it's the only way the school district will give them any answers. Jose Beltran's mother and father say their boy was taken away from them. He was the kind of kid who was smart, he loved to read, and he never wanted to miss a class. But Mom says instead of the school giving them answers about what happened that day, all they've given them is this picture.
I love him so much, and I miss him a lot. He was my baby.
They've told her that they will not give her any information, and in fact, she was told that if she wants information, she has to go get an attorney.
Now the school district faces a lawsuit because the family doesn't think anybody performed CPR fast enough. They're now represented by Matt Clark from Chain Cone Styles.
Had CPR been performed immediately, certainly before 10 minutes had gone by, it is likely that Jose would have survived.
Clark says 10 minutes is how long it took for the school nurses to get there, even though there were 2 PE teachers in the room when Jose fell to the ground and stopped breathing.
And when she gets there, he's still face down. So that means they didn't do anything for 10 minutes. He's down, they didn't do anything. They just stood around, apparently.
They're also afraid that it took too long for the paramedics to get there because for some reason, someone was using a 911 service that reroutes calls through Canada.
Northern 911 has a van with voice caller for ambulance in Delano, California. Okay.
Since January, we've been asking the school district for answers, but they still won't say why the call went to Canada or really give us any information. In May, they fired their superintendent, but never gave a clear reason why.
It's an interesting question. I don't know if it was coincidental that he stepped down after this incident or if it was related to something else.
I don't want this to happen to any other family, any other parent.
In the meantime, this family is still trying to recover. Jose's little brother is taking it especially hard.
He was his best friend, and now he has to go visit him in the cemetery. That's really sad.
When we asked the school district for comment, the new superintendent sent us this statement: under the advice of counsel, we do not have any comments at this time. Then she forwarded us to their lawyer, who said that everything that happened after Jose fell to the ground is just speculation. Rochelle?
All right, Adam, thank you. A clear but cool day out there today, but the weekend is quickly approaching. Let's turn things over to Miles. Here's a look at our forecast.
Hi, Rochelle.
Hi.
Yeah, clear and cool. Couldn't have said it better myself. And it was a little bit foggy off to the north of this year here in Bakersfield. How cool will it be tomorrow? We'll have the answer and the forecast in just a few minutes. David and Rochelle, back to you.
All right, Miles, thank you for that. State Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation is looking into a possible homicide at Kern Valley State Prison. Inmate Gustavo Vital was found unresponsive in his cell early yesterday morning. Prison officials think that his cellmate, Jesse Serrano, might have something to do with it. Serrano has been in prison since 2013 when he was sentenced to 16 years for using a hostage as a shield.
A local man accused of murder has been sentenced to 15 years in prison. Back in 2011, Cosme Presas used his pickup truck to run down 29-year-old Elizar Torres of Bakersfield. Police say Presas thought Torres and his brother broke a window on his truck. In September, Presas took a plea deal that included 5 counts of voluntary manslaughter and hit and run with death or injury.
Today, worried citrus growers get a hard look at a serious threat. It's the insect that has wiped out citrus in Florida. Eyewitness News reporter Carol Ferguson has the latest on what's being done here. Carol?
Citrus is a $900 million crop in Kern County. With this pest now in many neighborhoods around Bakersfield, commercial growers have lots of questions. Kern has some 60,000 acres in citrus groves and lots of citrus at homes. And now more of these, the Asian citrus psyllid.
Over the past 3 or 4 weeks, there's been multiple finds.
Kern Ag Commissioner Ruben Arroyo says the only good thing is we're finding them, thanks to hundreds of those sticky traps. The pest can carry HLB, a disease that eventually kills the tree.
Every time there's a psyllid discovery, it's serious.
Kevin Severns is chair of California Citrus Mutual and Ship Citrus, and he was at Kern's meeting to get the latest.
Now we're looking at some parts of Arvin and Lamont.
More bugs are found, leading to more quarantine areas. The county's map shows quarantines in purple. Commercial groves are orange, just a few now. Steve Murray has citrus east of Bakersfield.
The quarantine has not hit us, and I need to find out because we're coming into the Christmas season.
Can his customers take citrus out of the area? In a quarantine, growers have to take extra steps.
Everything from treatment to what's involved with handling fruit from an area that's a known quarantine area.
Current advice: treat trees to get rid of the bugs, especially cooperatively between nearby groves. Restrict movement of plants and fruit out of quarantine areas, and especially protect Kern from Southern California, where a few bugs were found with the disease. And watch around homes with more traps.
To be able to put out that many traps, we've actually hired about 5 more additional staff to my department.
There's no cure for the citrus-killing disease yet. They have to stop the bugs that can carry it.
If we can eradicate the insect or keep it at bay, we're just putting that buffer between us and the disease.
Arroyo says most of the quarantines are west of the commercial groves so far, and there is a task force working on more recommendations for the growers. Back to you.
All right, Carol, thank you. The Kern County Law Enforcement Foundation gathered today at the Stockdale Country Club for its annual Fall Forum. The topic of discussion was the lessons learned from recent high-profile emergencies. Reporter Kyle Harvey was at that meeting and joins us now with what he heard. Kyle?
In the last couple of years, law enforcement here have faced a school shooting, a line-of-duty death, and a massive desert manhunt. All 3 were events that quickly became state and even national stories. Today, the area's top cops told their own what they did well and how they could do it all better next time. When Brian Oliver fired his first shot at Taft Union High School, a group of special education students were taken to a basement for safety. But with cell phones not working because of the massive call volume, the group had no way to communicate with the world above. A SWAT team found them hours later. That's just one tough lesson first responders learned that day.
Whatever plan that you made before the incident will probably change during the incident.
In each high-profile emergency, law enforcement says they were stretched to new limits, making them more prepared for the crimes and the emergencies of tomorrow. The mountain manhunt put SWAT teams and their equipment to the test. Unknown limitations were identified quickly.
We found some SWAT teams that have never worked in rugged terrain, and it was a new adventure for them because it really did beat them up.
One by one, law enforcement's top brass told their own what they did well and how they can improve the next time, no matter how badly they hope there isn't a next time. BPD hadn't dealt with a line-of-duty death in years. Protocol was in place, but it wasn't ready for modern challenges.
We've had manuals for years, but in every line-of-duty death, it's different.
The media spreads information faster than ever, and Officer Nelson's family wasn't easy to track down.
No family in town, roommates out of town.
Police needed to delegate quickly who handled the stream of donations and condolence letters, who coordinated with the family to organize an honor guard and security at an out-of-town and unfamiliar cemetery.
You're going to have 2,000 or 3,000 people coming to the ceremony from all over the state. Help them, assist them.
In addition to discussing those lessons they learned, the foundation also presented a couple of checks for close to $20,000 that will pay for needed police equipment in outlying communities that the annual budget could not provide. Reporting live in studio, Kyle Harvey, Eyewitness News.
Coming up here, Russia versus ISIS. The terror group is still claiming credit for the Russian plane that went down. Now pressure's building for Russia to fight back. The impact it could have on the country's role in the Middle East.
A former Army captain being awarded the Medal of Honor. The attack that nearly claimed his life and how his actions saved the lives of many more.
And melting glaciers. The new research that finds one of the biggest glaciers in the Arctic is losing ice at an alarming rate, and why scientists say it could cause disasters across the globe.
And the polar jet stream is very, very strong, very energized right now. It's not going to stay to the north of us forever. Probably this weekend we're going to see some rain. We'll tell you about that